10 Players News was asked if penis size matters. I personally don't know. Since I've never been interested in penises. It takes a good call girl to answer this question. And I happen to have one with me right now. Let me ask her. Hey Tina. Does size matter?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Cool.
No.
See, that's the problem. Too many guys asking this question, and too many women who aren't Tina answering it. But we're gonna break down basic sex here, more so than relationship sex. That's another video. But for you guys who just wanna enjoy a girl, and bust a nut, we're gonna tell it the 10 players way. Not these quick 5 and 10 minute videos of confused didwit chicks saying the same shit the last video said. You see, we understand why guys would ask a female if size matters. But that's like asking them if they like apples. It's obvious that some will, and some won't. And guys need to think of their penis size just like apples. Women need to see their breasts, hips, butt, and lips the same way. That goes for the lips on their faces too. But who gives a shit about those when it's time to get busy? Unless they're on your penis. And for you guys with little dicks who worry, we'll just get this out the way. There are certain types of females out there who don't give a shit if your dick's the size of a pea. They love that shit. Whip that pea out. And they'll tell you that shit is big. Humongous. And they'll mean it. They're called Asians. So go find a cute one. But for those of you not playing with some cute Asian girl, we know there's always some female talking shit about size, or making some video on it. Most are full of the dumbest shit we ever heard. Especially the book Smart Babes. They like to sound smart, and come out with shit like,
the average erect penis size is 6 inches.
Click the next video, and they'll claim that shit's
5.
The next will claim it's 4.5. Because they read that shit in a book, or heard someone with a stethoscope say that shit. But what the fuck are they talking about? The only way they'd know the average penis size is to measure the dick of every man on earth, while they're erect. Then calculate that shit up. That better be one sexy dick measurer. And she better wash that ruler when it's my dick's turn. But when it's time to measure the dicks of that Zulu tribe, she won't be talking that 5-inch bullshit anymore. And she better have a fucking yardstick to measure those guys. She can throw the yardstick away when she gets to China. But the Chinese are sexually smarter than people think. Then comes the ladies talking about size matters. More bullshit you should ignore. These women who don't know shit will fuck your game up, and that goes for females too. Yeah, we're talking to you ladies too. Because a lot of times they get their girlfriends to buy into that shit. Then they engage in shit their big mouth friend recommended, and hate it. Or they'll tell you need a new man. Sometimes they want a new man too, which will be the one they get you to dump. So everyone should do what's good to them. Not what someone else who doesn't know what they're talking about says is. A lady shouldn't let other ladies push their pussy desires off on them. You have your own pussy, so learn what it likes. Tina will tell you that. So if she's not Tina, ignore that bitch. Because sex is natural. Animals don't need instructions, so why should humans? But people are taught to be unnatural, and pumped up with a bunch of bullshit size talk, from dicks to breasts. And you know the big dick shit is bullshit. Since there are women out there who don't even like penises or dildos. So what the fuck are women who claim size matters talking about? A lot of ladies who don't like dicks or dildos are called lesbians, which I personally love. Or they love their Slim Jim clit action toys when playing. Damn. Anyway. These ladies have more orgasms than the ones claiming size matters, and believe it or not. There are guys out there with big dicks that wish they could reduce it. Because they're hurting chicks with that big shit, and getting bad responses. Or they love some petite lady. Sometimes she loves him too. But can't stand his big fucking dick. No joke. She hates that shit. So for you guys, stop asking women if size matters. She doesn't own every woman's vagina on the planet, only her own. So the only question she can answer, is if size matters to her. And 99% of the time, she doesn't even know. You see, 10 players has actually seen women who claim size matters go full-blown lesbian. Women who claim they'd never do that shit. Why? Because the shit is mental. Sometimes they always had hidden desires. Sometimes they're just curious. But the ones who had relationships usually had some guy who wasn't taking care of their needs, or hearing their deeper thoughts on life. Shit that has nothing to do with sex. Then they meet some cool girl they can express their feelings with. Oh my. They can really talk with them. This new girl understands them and cares so much. She gets her. Before you know it, they're alone on the couch and she's telling her all the things she can't tell her man. While looking in each other's eyes with passion. Yeah. They're feeling love, and they better not be sipping a drink. Because next thing you know their tongues are in each other's mouths, and this shit is a new universe to this girl who claimed she likes big dicks. Her new girlfriend is hitting the spot. She's outdoing every big dick this girl ever loved, and with nothing more than her little whittle bitty pinky. Because unlike this big mouth, with her dick size claims, her new girlfriend actually knows about sex, and she knows both dicks and clits. Because her new girlfriend's name is Tina. And Tina got into this girl who claims she only likes big dick's head. And getting into her head, is how she got in her panties. Good news for you guys is, you can do the same shit with a woman. Because she's in love with Tina now. She doesn't care what Tina has between her legs. She loves it. And if a girl loves you, she's fucking hypnotized. 1 inch or 12. And don't buy into that motion in the ocean bullshit they talk either. Because good sex is about foreplay. What you do before getting busy, not during. Motion in the ocean only means you worked her up real well before getting busy. Or that she's in love. If she hates your ass, it won't matter how much motion you've got. The more motion you use, the more you'll annoy her. That's why you'll never hear a woman claiming she got raped, but enjoyed the motion in the ocean of her rapist. If she does, she's a nympho with a rape fetish. So if any guys want to know if size matters, find a Tina to ask. Or ask a guy who's a real player. Because he actually has a dick, and it doesn't matter if it's big or small. Because he's been with women, put it in them, and has seen how different women react. You see, there are different types of sex. Hundreds of types. And women out there who like everything, who are gorgeous. Somewhere out there are tons of women who have a thing for midgets, with 2-inch dicks. Or wanna be spanked, and never touch a dick. Or thinks she's in love with every other guy she meets. The love girls are the best if you're worried about size. Because once she's batting her eyes in love after that deep conversation under the setting sun, you could tell her you got your dick cut off in a circumcision accident, and she'll give you the biggest hug in the world and tell you it's okay. While being so wet you'll think she pissed herself. That's how they orgasm. Because the shit is mental. If you doubt 10 players, you're only a few clicks away from the proof. They've got sites for this shit. And some girls don't care about dicks or pussies at all. They like other shit. And when we say shit, we mean it. Because there's a fetish for everything. And as we said, it's mental. If every guy with a dick 8 inches and up had diseased dicks with rashes and maggots in them, all these chicks talking shit about big dicks being better, would start claiming they hate big dicks. And if you pulled one out, they'd threaten to cut that fucker off. So guys should be confident with their dicks. But some aren't. Because what really cracks us up, is guys trying to make their dicks bigger. Like, why the fuck would I want to make my dick bigger? It feels pretty damn good as it naturally is. So don't diss your own dick, no matter its size. Be a man. A man is the master of himself. And if you're trying to make your dick bigger to impress a woman, you're not the master of you. She is. And she's got you whipped. A real woman loves a man who's the master of himself. So if he's in a relationship doing that shit, she'll probably dump his ass anyway. Or stay with him while dreaming of someone else. Either way, it's a fucked up situation. So never dump on your own dick for a woman. Tell that bitch to fuck off, and go find Tina. Because that woman's of no use without your dick anyway. Until Tina comes along. Then suddenly your dick is starting to look a lot better to the big mouth bitch claiming size matters. Because Tina's getting the kind of attention she'd like, and looks fine as hell. So let your dick come first, because it does to Tina. He should be your best buddy. Your fucking homeboy. And I know this shit. Because I personally have a relationship with mine. I love that motherfucker. Even gave him a name. He deserves that kind of respect. His name is Monster. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, and my girlfriends are like, "Oh no, is Monster hungry again?" No joke. They fucking love that shit. Then they feed that motherfucker till he goes back to sleep. See, with girls claiming size matters, it's usually not about your dick. Just them not knowing what to do with their own pussies. Oh, he's not hitting my spot. See, Tina doesn't do that shit. Because she doesn't need you hitting her spots. She'll make her spots hit your dick. She's a master with her cave walls. She'll close those shits in on your cock and squeeze every drop of your love juice out. That's what good sex is. When both of you use each other's body to satisfy yourself. Not some girl laying on her back doing nothing while waiting for her pink walls to be massaged perfectly by some guy's dick. Then some will claim it's not about your dick size, just you knowing what to do with it. How sweet. How about, do you know what to do with your fucking pussy? They sure as hell don't wait there telling a dildo it doesn't know what to do with their pussy. They work that shit. And they're supposed to do the same with your dick. But Tina's a whole nother ball game. This girl will squeeze you, ride you, guide you, rock your fucking world, and have you saying, "Holy fucking shit, damn. This girl knows what to do with a dick no matter what size." She'll get on that shit then ride it home. So ladies and gents, we're gonna do you a favor. We're gonna give you the 10 players paradox sex key. Because if you really wanna understand this size shit, you need to understand yourself. You see, guys ask this question because they're trying to satisfy a female. If she's not your wife, or you're not two people mutually in love, cut that bullshit out. You care what she thinks. What the fuck is wrong with you? Meanwhile you let it affect your fun and can't release the animal in you. Then the dingbat girl who can't even compare to Tina feels she has the upper hand. Because you're actually asking her if you're good enough. See, the majority of these young dingbats act confident and giddy in these videos talking about size. And they don't know shit. They've never even been with a player before. Just some weak boring motherfucker. Because the very fact that you're asking means you're making yourself their bitch. What would you do if a lady asked you if she was good enough for you? You get all confident. And that's what they do. Like they're rating you. Because you allow it. Like it's the fucking Gong Show, and you're concerned some dumb bitch is gonna gong your cock for not being big enough. So be a player. You see, players are nice, and at the same time bastards when it comes to sex. We become great lovers. Because we don't give a shit about being great lovers. See, I didn't give two shits if a lady loved my cock or not. I wasn't fucking her so she could love my cock. I was fucking her because I loved my cock instead. And I needed to feed that motherfucker. I'd prep that pussy. Get that shit nice and ripe, and take my time. Then once the table was set, I'd pound that shit like a ferocious animal. And I'd do it all for my dick. Not for her. And guess what? Women fucking loved it. I actually had too many women calling me up asking to come over to see Monster. They'd even say, pretty please. I miss him. Players get this. That's why Tina's the best. She doesn't give two shits about your dick. She cares about her pussy. And eats your dick to feed that sweet thing. Meanwhile your dick fucking loves it. Before you know it, you actually love each other because of it. And that's the 10 players paradox sex key. So guys, stop worrying about your dick size. Women, stop worrying about your breasts, hips, butt, and all that other bullshit. If some bitch doesn't like what you've got, she can fuck off. And if you're a lady and some guy doesn't like what you've got, fuck that motherfucker too. Because the key to anyone liking what you've got starts with you liking it first. You see, she'll talk that size shit, and next thing you know she's with some little dude, and you're fucking confused. It's because that little fucker likes his shit, and she likes that confidence. Like Tina, he got in her fucking head. So like yourself first. Because no matter what you have, there are thousands of women and men out there looking for it. Good looking people. Trust 10 players news when we say this shit. You could be a 100-year-old wrinkled bag, skinny as a pencil, or bigger than a hot air balloon. Even 9 months pregnant. There's some guy or girl out there that likes that shit. Finding them is most people's problem. And how you find the hot sexy girl that wants you no matter what size you are, is actually easy. But that's another story. So guys and girls, stay safe, wear those hats, and remember this, because Tina will confirm it. It starts with your heads. Not your pussies or cocks. So go feed those motherfuckers. And feed them to make yourself happy. Not your lover. And 9 times out of 10, your lover will love it.